Welcome on this tutorial. Wish all you are well. Here I will discuss about variables in C programming. How to define variables. What are the relation between variables with memory locations. We will discuss about library in C. What are the functions of header files. Examples of different header files. Also I will discuss about integrated development environment related to C. Which are the integrated development environment available in the market. Please subscribe my channel, it will help to improve it. Also you will get time to time notification. So first coming, what is variable? If you want to process any data or any program, every computer application there must have some memory location to store data. And every memory location is identified by address. And that address is nothing but positive integer like 100, 200, 128, 572, any positive integer. We may consider a particular classroom, the student may take the seat in any position. Now, if we don't know the student, then it is very difficult to identify a particular student where he has taken his seat. Now, if the student take their seat according to the roll number, then it is easily identified which student is at which place. A roll number or seat number has been given at a particular position in the class. Similarly, if we want to store a data to the memory location and if we want to access that data, if the memory location is not defined, then it is very difficult to access that data. So, for properly accessing the memory location, there must have the specific memory location for specific data. For this reason, the term variable exists. In the memory location may be identified with different integer according to this figure. 128 is a particular memory location, 572 is a particular memory location, 1024 is a particular memory location, 5098 is a particular memory location. If we want to access a particular memory location, we need to set identity of that memory location. How we can set identity of a memory location, I am explaining here. The syntax of variable is data type next identifier. When we want to enter the data into a particular memory location, the syntax is data type next identifier. Giving an example, A is the identifier and the data type is say integer. So A is a variable. Which type of variable is this? Integer type variable. There are so many types of variable, we will come later. When we will declare like this int A, there will be allocated a particular memory location for A. Say this memory location has been allocated for A. Again I am repeating, when we will declare a particular variable, the declaration will be like this. This is the name of the variable, the technical term is identity, and we must declare data type. Which type of variable is this? In this case it is integer. So when we will declare like this in the program int A, a particular memory location will be allocated for this variable. Now if we want to store a particular data, we will write like this. Say I want to store the data 10 and I will write A is equal to 10. What will happen? This data 10 will be stored into that memory location which is already allocated by this instruction int A. So here the data will be allocated. In this memory location the data will be allocated. Now if we want to access this data, then it is very easy. Say if we use the instruction printf A, what will happen? Data of 10 will be printed. Means already it is allocated that data has been kept at a particular memory location which is specified for the variable A. The memory location say 580. So when we will give this instruction printf A, computer will search data at the memory location 580. By this way, a variable is declared, and when the variable is declared, a specified or a particular memory location is normally assigned for that variable. So variable is nothing but named memory location. A memory location have a particular name. We can understand by this way. Next coming, what is library or what is need of library? To develop our program in C, so many predefined functions and variables are available. C library is a collection of header files consisting of those predefined functions and variables. Say, in our computer, we have a hard disk. We normally divide the hard disk into separate partitions. Again, in a particular partition, when we will store the different files, those files again we normally subdivide it into different folders. Because in a particular folder, we normally keep similar type of files so that we can easily access those files. In this case, for similar purpose, the library phenomena came. All predefined functions and variables are divided into groups, and related groups are normally called header files. So the header files are just like folders, and all the header files are normally kept into the library. So these are different header files: stdio.h, conio.h, string.h, graphics.h, math.h, dos.h. There are a lot more header files. This stdio.h having different predefined functions and variables. For example, I am taking here printf, scanf. This printf is normally used to get the result into the display device. Scanf is normally used to take the data from the peripherals. The purpose of any function is to provide a particular task. Example of conio.h is clear screen, get ch. String.h is strlength, strrev. Graphics is set color, set background color. So many math functions are there. So random, if you want to get any random value. Power, if you want to get any power value, say 2 to the power 100. These are the different predefined functions. Get data, get time. This is the example of dos.h. This is the concept of library in C. Next coming IDE. IDE is Integrated Development Environment. IDE is a tool that provides user interface with compilers to create, compile and execute C programs. This is a particular environment for C program. Environment means particular atmosphere. For example, say I am taking online class. So to take this class, I had to set a particular environment here. What are the settings? I must have computer, I must have audio device, I must have camera, I must have a particular room. So this is the environment to take the class. Similarly, to use or to operate the C program or C language, there must have some environment. In general, C++ program executes in the original environment of operating system, either Windows, Mac or Linux. Every operating system having its own environment to execute the program. Whenever we click on the program, it starts executing in the background with the help of operating system. Those operating system normally sets one environment. On that environment, program is normally executed. For C or C++, original environments are Windows, Mac or Linux. To execute C++ from the original environment of OS, it is very complex matter. As a learner, it is not possible to work with that operating system environment. So, introduced concept of IDE, Integrated Development Environment, which we might call or we might consider as duplicate environment. In duplicate environment, we can easily write, compile and run the program. There are mainly three parts in integrated development environment. One is source code editor, where normally we write the source code. There must have one compiler which will convert the source code to the machine language. There must have debugger. The process of finding bugs or errors and fixing them in any application or software is called the debugging. Debugger is used to test or debug the program in order to resolve any errors in the code. Normally it is a testing software program to find out different errors in source code. Furthermore, integrated development environment also comes with additional features like object and data modeling, unit testing, source code library and lot more things. Different IDE, I have given few examples. Turbo C++, Borland C++, Dev C++, Visual Studio Code, Code Blocks, Code Lite, main GW. Like this, there are so many integrated development environment are available in the market. What we have learned from this session, we have learned how to define variable in C, how and when memory is allocated for a particular variable, what is the use of library in C, why the different header files are needed. Also we learned what is IDE, what are the different IDEs available in the market. In next tutorial, we'll discuss about functions or methods in C programming.